Hi friends, today we'll learn how to create our own content toggle widget in Elementor. Hi, this is Anand from designtheway.com. Excited to learn? Let's get right into it. So today we'll create our very own content toggle widget for Elementor. For that we will need a plugin. Let's go to plugin, click on add new. Let's type unlimited elements. This is the plugin we will use. I've already installed it. So let's go to unlimited elements, click on widgets for Elementor. This is a wonderful plugin which has more than 800 widgets. As you can see, some are free and some are paid. Make sure to watch this video till the end because I've got a special offer for you. Let's move on. Let's go to uncategorize. This is where I have my previous widget which I had created in another tutorial. So let's click on add widget. I will name my widget as content toggle. Let's click on add widget. Now to edit the widget, simply double click on it. First of all, I will choose an icon for my widget. I will search for toggle and I will use this icon. Nothing else needed to be done over here. Now let's go straight to HTML. Let's remove this. I will add this HTML. Now in this HTML, we have a heading. Then we have a checkbox, which will turn into a toggle button. Then we have another heading. And then we have two containers for our content. Let's hit update for now. And let's preview the widget, how it looks like right now. As you can see, we have one heading, then a checkbox, then another heading, then two content. Let's click on edit this widget. Let's go to CSS. Now we'll add this CSS. Let's first update and see how it looks like. Let's preview the widget. As you can see, the checkbox has turned into this toggle button, and we have the heading and the toggle button in one line. Now let's understand what the CSS is doing. Let's go to CSS. Now first of all, I'm targeting this toggle btn sc in HTML. This is the class. Setting the display as flex and justify content as center. So all buttons and the titles are in single line. Then adding some margin to the main button, this class, and then targeting this switch class, setting the position as relative, setting as width and height, then making the input, this one, invisible over here, then targeting this slider class which is inside this switch class, setting the position as absolute, top, left, right, bottom set to 0, and then we are setting a background color to this, and we have a transition of 0.4 seconds. And then we are targeting this after pseudo element of slider class, setting the position as absolute, and then height and width of 26 pixel, positioning left and bottom 4 pixel, then setting a background color of white. Here we are also using a transition of 0.4 seconds. Now here, once the input is checked, that is our checkbox, this slider class, this one, its background color will change to this color. And similarly, when the input is checked, the slider pseudo element will move 26 pixels to the right. Now here we are targeting this round class, setting the border radius to 50 em and targeting its pseudo element and setting the border radius to 50%. So this is the CSS for our switch button or toggle button. And then finally, I'm hiding one of this section by using this hide section class, setting the display to none. So our HTML and CSS is done. Now let's add a JavaScript. Once we toggle the switch, the content switch toggle as well. Let's go to JavaScript. I will add this JS. Now here we are setting a condition over here. If this TGL class, this is the class, this is a class of our input TGL, is checked, then this section 1 will have this hide section class. Currently we have added to the section 2. Section 1 doesn't have this class. But if the toggle button is checked or the checkbox is checked, then this class will be added to section 1. And simultaneously, we will remove this hide section class from section 2. And then finally, we are setting a change function over here, and we are just toggling this hide section class using this toggle class method. Now let's update. Now let's check if our widget is working or not. Let's go to pages, all pages. Let's go to this service app, this service page setup. Let's click on edit with Elementor. I'm using the digital agency service template. Let's scroll down. Okay, I will add my toggle content over here. Let's click over here. Let's scroll down. This is my widget. I will add it over here. Let's update. Now let's preview the page. Let's click. As you can see, the content has changed to content 2. See, it's working. So our JS is working. And now it's time to make this content dynamic. Let's head over to our widget. Now it's time to add some attributes. Let's click on attributes. Let's get back over here. Let's see what are the things we need to make dynamic. First of all, this heading 1 and heading 2. And then this content section, content 1 and content 2. Let's click on add attribute. I will keep the attribute type to text field. I will name the title heading 1. Let's keep a default value of heading 1. Let's click add attribute. I will duplicate this attribute. Let's click over here. I will change the title to heading 2 and name to heading 2 and this value to heading 2 as well. Let's update attribute. Let's click on add attribute. I will change the text field to editor and title to primary content. We'll add this text as default value. Let's click on add attribute. Now I will simply duplicate this attribute. Let's click over here. Secondary content. Let's update the attribute. So these are the 4 basic attributes that we need. Let me reposition this first. Let's drag it over here. Okay, now let's update. Now let's get back to our editor. And now let's refresh the page first. Let's scroll down to see our section. This is our section. Let's select this. As you can see, we have all the fields over here, but they're not reflecting over here right now. Let's get back to our widget. It's time to add this attribute to our HTML. First of all, I will change this heading 1 with this heading 1 and heading 2 with heading 2 and then this content 1 to primary content and this content 2 to secondary content. Now let's update again. Let's update this. Now let's refresh. Let's scroll down. As you can see, the content is already showing up. Let's select this. If I make changes over here, it will reflect. As you can see there. Let's scroll down. Let's click. Let's click over here. As you can see, the text is updated. Since our widget is ready, now here you can simply add text as you want in both the section and toggle between them. Or a better way to use it, you can import sections directly over here using shortcodes. Let me show you what I mean. Let's get back over here. Let's go to templates and click on save templates. Here I've already saved a couple of sections named as yearly plan and monthly plan. If you don't know how to save sections in Elementor, you can watch this video linked at the top right corner. Now here on the right hand side, you can see shortcodes over here. In case you are not using Elementor Pro, you will not find this option over here. For that, you need to use this plugin called Anywhere Elementor. This plugin will allow you to import any section using shortcodes. I will add the link in the description below. Let's close this. Now we'll copy the monthly plan first. Let's copy it. Let's get back over here. Let's select this. Let's paste it over here. As you can see, the table is showing up. And now I will select this one. Let's scroll down. I will paste it over here. Now let's click over here. Now let's check if our toggle is working or not. Let's click. Yes, it's working. Now let's quickly change the headings. Change this to yearly. This one to monthly. Now let's update the page. Let's refresh it. Now let's see if it's working or not. Let's click over here. Yes, it's working perfectly. So our widget is almost ready. Now let's make this button settings dynamic. Let's get back to our widget. Let's go to attribute. I will add few more attributes. Let's click on add attribute. And from here, attribute type, I will change it to color picker. I will add the first attribute title as switch beige and change the background color to this. Let's click on add attribute. Let's duplicate this. Let's click over here. Name it as switch color. Change the background color to white. Let's update the attribute. Let's duplicate it again. I will add a color for the active state of the button. Let's name it as active switch beige. Let's change the color to this color. Let's update. Let's click on add attribute. Active switch color. Let's keep the default color to white. Let's add attribute. Now let's go to our CSS and add these attributes. This is a switch background color. I've replaced this with switch beige. This is our switch color, so we'll change it with switch color. This is our active switch beige. And we actually don't have an active color for the switch button. Let's copy this. I will change this with active switch color. Let's update it. And now let's refresh this. Let's select our widget. Let's scroll down. As you can see, we have all the color settings over here. And let's change the color, see if it's working or not. As you can see, the color is changing. Let's change the switch color. Let's say I will change it to this green color. It's working. Let's change the active color to something like this. It's working. So we have made almost all the sections dynamic. Now one final thing we need to do before we close this up. Now currently, if you use multiple set of this widget, it will cause problem. Let me show you what I mean. Let's right click and let's click on duplicate. Let's close this. Now if I click over here, as you can see, both the tables are changing at the same time. The toggle button is not changing, but the content is changing because we are using the same class. Now we need to make each widget unique. So let's get back to our widget. First thing we need to do, let's go to our HTML. We need to set an ID for our main container. And here I will use this UCID. And then in our JavaScript, we need to make these classes more specific. Let's click over here. I will add this ID. I'll put a space over here. Do the same for the rest. Now let's update. Now let's update the page and see if it's working or not. Let's refresh it. It's not working. Let's get back over here. Okay, I forgot to add the hashtag. Let's update. And now let's refresh it. It should work now. Let's click over here. It's working. As you can see, the second table is not changed. Now both of them are working individually. With the help of unlimited elements, we have been able to create this beautiful content toggle widget using some CSS and JS of our own. I will add the post link in the description below, from where you can download all the CSS and JS and even the HTML. So before I close this, as I promised initially, I have a special offer for you. If you are interested in buying the pro version of this beautiful plugin, which has a ton of pre-designed elements, I've managed to get a 20% discount from the unlimited elements team, especially for my viewers. Just go to my post where you will find the discount coupon, use it, and we will get 20% discount on all the plans. I hope you have learned something new today. If you like the video, please do subscribe to the channel and hit the like button. Thanks for your time. I'll see you in the next video. Till then, bye bye. Take care.